If you are seeing this, then you are coming to a point where you're going to have options, okay? But the song that came through was Ariana Grande's Seven Rings. And specifically, it was that part where she says, I want it, I got it. Like basically, you're going to be living comfortably. That stressful period, or like I see a seesaw, a period of like, going up and down financially, that's over, that's gone, that no more. And I'm saying this with certainty because I was just, if you've been here before, you know that I just kind of shuffle cards and go back and forth. It just keeps me in that zone sometimes when I need it, okay? But as I was doing that, so divine timing was on the bottom, and I picked it up and I noticed there's money, and just underneath that clump is new beginning, okay? So that's just as I was doing this. That's exactly how that happened. So, and peace now, right? I said you were out of that seesaw period. Now you're just in this moment of peace. But what they also showed me was like the Seven of Cups. So which is why I said I feel like you're going to have options, but I don't feel confusion. And if you're worried about being confused, they are expressing like before you make a decision, tap in and connect with them, with your guides. Okay, so how you can do that is quiet your mind, sit down, take deep breaths. And I mean, you know, inhale, say for a count of at least three, and then hold it, exhale for three. Okay, do that a couple of times. I usually do it, for me, three is enough, like three times. But if you need to do it more, do it more. I also want to tell you that if you are getting some kind of guidance and you feel fear and anxiety behind it, that is not from your guides, okay? Your guides always communicate with you in a way that's going to keep you calm, and you're going to feel that love and security. It's almost like a safety blanket, okay? That's what it's going to feel like. Ooh, I'm getting that warm feeling now. Yeah. You're going to feel like that cozy feeling. This came up in a previous reading where I was talking about, it was a different context though, but there's a word apricity, and what that means is like it's like when you feel the warmth of the sun in winter. You know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you're in, from colder climates. So just think about that. Think about that sensation. That is what it's going to feel like. Okay, you're not going to feel nervous. They're showing me a stomach that's going like ooh. You're not going to feel like that. Okay, that is not them. Quiet your mind, take at least three deep breaths. Inhale for a count of three and hold it, and then exhale for a count of three. Um, and you also might be like you might feel some changes going on because you're actually going through an awakening yourself. Because I know my bottle of water is right in front of my face, but they're showing me drinking that water, and that happens when I'm channeling. I get warm. And so many people will tell you that you really do get this warm sensation when you're tapping in. Okay, and so I have ice water here just to kind of cool me down a little bit. But yeah, so you might be feeling the need for that. And I was never an ice water girl. Okay, I've had sensitive teeth my whole life, and somehow now it doesn't bother me at all, because I need it, and they know I need it. Okay. Um, yeah, you might also be experiencing like lightheadedness, a little bit of dizziness, things like that. Look up ascension symptoms and just see. It's different from the flu. Don't get that confused, okay? That is very important because right now we're going through, especially here in the States, we have a very difficult flu season, okay? Um, but yeah, so I'm not joking about that at all. That is nothing to joke about health wise, but yeah, look up ascension symptoms and get an idea of what it is. You might get an idea of what it is that you're experiencing and the reason behind it, okay? Um yeah, so it feels like I want to say good times. You're rolling they show me like I don't know, like the 50s, the happy days scene, kind of like that, and it's like it's Friday night and everyone is just like, you feel like the hard week is behind you, and now you've got the weekend to look forward to, and it's like good times, good energy, good vibes. Um, just blessings, like blessings on blessings on blessings, and it's time now, okay? I did notice there's something about the new moon because that popped up. I don't know why. I wanted to look that up, and I looked that up this morning. I don't usually. Um, but yeah, so something about that. You might want to look into that. If you feel called to, you'll know. You'll feel a little kind of ping in your soul if you feel like you're supposed to. That message is for you, okay? And I wonder if it'll come up. I took a picture of it. So I have this little tumbler in my kitchen, and it's a scene of like a man from like the 1700s picking grapes. But it just caught my eye. It's something that's there every single day. I don't notice it. It's like, it becomes a part of the environment, so you don't notice it as much, versus like when you first get something, you're always noticing it and you're always looking at it and you find little details that you missed before. No, no, no. This is something that has been there for years, okay? I'm talking decades. Um, so yeah, hold on, let me show you the picture first and then I'll tell you why it stood out to me. It's kind of dark, but let's see if you can see it. Otherwise, yeah, there we go. You can kind of see it. There, he's just picking. But if you look at his face, I don't know, I get a very peaceful vibe. So like I said, that's the season that you're entering. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have to work anymore or that, you will, but it's going to be a different feeling. It's not going to feel chaotic. It's not going to feel rushed. It's not going to feel like, everything is about survival. Everything they're showing me like life and death, like, just serious decisions that need to be made. And, you're constantly weighing, should I handle this first or should I handle that first? Both need to be taken care of, but which one do I do? Yeah, you're not in that toxic kind of period anymore, that toxic thinking. Um, you've either worked through it or it's just, that karmic lesson is over. Okay. Let's see what they can give me about this new beginning. What can we tell them? I see flowers. Just like it reminds me of spring. It's just like hope and, color and, yeah, new beginnings. Because think of spring. Spring is a season of new beginnings, right? You've come out of the cold of winter. Ooh, ding. Yeah. See? Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Oh, romance is on the bottom. You see that? You are done with that period where you needed to show this hard exterior, because they're bringing me to like that prickliness of strength of the cactus. Okay, the sun was always behind you. I don't know, like I feel like even though it was a tough time, you had the light supporting you. It might not have felt like you were guided, because again, the sun was behind you. So what's in front of you then? The shadow, right? So you might have felt also shadow. Yeah. So that's like the shadow period, like learning through those difficult lessons. That was the period that you were in. But you've gone from that. You've gone from the sun being behind you to now, look at this, fun times. Okay. What did I say? Fun times ahead. Like, oh, I love when they do that. But yeah, like it's just a good season. I feel like putting strength over here, and we'll do this on this side because I feel like that's the past and this is the now. So now I want to give you information. You know what you went through. I'd rather tell you more about, like what's coming up. What can we tell them? How good is it going to get? Purpose. Okay, you're entering your season of purpose. So now it's like, it could be that cycle that so many of us have ended. I think, I don't know, I want to say everyone, but that cycle, I think it was a, what, 14-year cycle. Um, and for some, it was really like, it was tough. Like I said, there was a lot of learning going on through your shadow, okay? Through your shadow self. Um, but this fell right on, purpose fell right on fun times. So you know what I hear? That song, he's got the whole world in his hands. I feel like now you have like, just, the world is your oyster almost. Like it the beauty and just so many opportunities. Oh, seven of cups that came through earlier. There's so many opportunities that just lay ahead of you, and it's just each one of them is a blessing in a different way. It's just what suits you. Okay, like I said, I didn't feel like that fog, but if you do feel the need, connect with your guides and they'll tell you which one is the best choice. But it's not like you're making a choice out of, you know, some of these are good, but then others are kind of not so great. You're making a choice out of several wonderful options. That is nice. I hear smorgasbord. So it was really like a plethora of just wonderful gifts and blessings in a way. Um, and all of it, whichever one you choose, it doesn't matter. Don't get stressed about which one is a part of your purpose. Don't let that bog you down, because they're showing me like, like a weight. That's not what it is now. You've put that period behind you. You've Oh, we talked about ascension symptoms. So then you've ascended. Your frequency is higher. So anything that you're calling in is going to meet you at that frequency. So it's all good. It is all good. You don't have to worry. Every single one of those has to do with your purpose. So it's like having a goal, um, but with many different paths that you can take to reach that goal. It doesn't matter. Each one of those is going to take you here. So each one of these options is going to bring you to your purpose, but it's just, the option that resonates most with you at that time. That's all. Okay, it is beautiful. Creativity is on the bottom. Maybe that has something to do with it. I just get good vibes. Like there's nothing negative here. It is a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Okay, let's see. What else can you tell me about their fun times? That almost popped out, but it went right back. 112 on the clock. I don't know if that. Maybe look up that number. Maybe it means something to you. You might be seeing ones and twos. One is definitely new beginnings. Oh, and two, romance was on the bottom. Coupling. Maybe that's a part of it. Oh, inner child fell right on fun time. And divine timing again. Yeah, your inner child's going to be happy. You went through it. But now is a time now is a time to play. I see kids at recess. Like that's the kind of joy you're going to have, right? Schoolwork is behind you, I guess. So, you have a little break from that, all right? Inner child fun times. Recess, that's cute. I love these visions they send me. Because I also get the emotions that's with it and it's sweet. My God, wasn't that wonderful? When you were a kid to just that freedom. That's what you want. So you're going to feel free like you have not felt in a long, long time. I mean, they're referencing recess. So it's like since you were in like, and I see little kiddos, like, kindergarten, first, second grade ish. I'm not even talking about like sixth, seventh grade when you're like what is the word for that? A tween? Not like that. We're talking about little itty bitties. Like that was the last time you really felt this free. And what is that song? When we were young and wild and free. Baby, you're all that I want. I told you I can't sing. Don't judge me. Okay. Um, what is that? We're in heaven, I think. Yeah. Oh, when you were young and wild and free, you felt like heaven. It did feel like heaven. Oh, I said you felt like heaven. Okay, that might have to do with romance. Oh, what fell out? Whoa, whoa, what has happened? I said no more chaos. Rebirth. Okay, this is a time. Look at that. For again, it feels like just new beginnings. They're bringing me to that pink flower. Okay, it's a lily. And there's the frog. I see the frog, I think of cycles because of their life cycle. They go from like a little tadpole or an egg into a tadpole. I feel like there's another phrase and then they become a frog, right? Or is there? I don't know. Look up the life cycle of a frog and then you'll see. But that's what I feel like. Like you're just, this whole experience is supposed to be a learning experience, but each one of like the little steps that you were taking brought you to this point. And now you just get to enjoy everything that you've learned. And that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be more lessons, okay? We never stop growing. I don't think you should want to stop growing. Like, how boring would it be to just sit there, like just plateau? Sure, it might be nice at first, but then eventually you might get like tired of it, right? And kind of resent the peace. So you never want that. But there's a different way to learn now. You're not learning through difficulty, you're learning through that ease and flow, and joy, because you can learn. Oh, they're showing me two different classrooms. So you have like God, what was that book? Oh my goodness. It's a famous character. I can't even think of the name. Mrs. Something. There was a teacher. Oh my God. I'm going to have to look that up and I'll have to put it in the descriptions. But this is a book really for like third, fourth graders. I think that's when we started reading it. So there was a teacher who, when her class started acting up, she would come in as a substitute. And she would, be dressed as like very witchy, very menacing. Um, and she was strict. She wasn't the nicest. And this way, when the kids learned their lesson, then she would come back because it's the same person, just in costume. Then she would come back as herself, and the kids appreciated her. Like that's what I'm getting. There's that tough teacher, and then there's that fun teacher, but just different methods, right? Oh my gosh, hold on. I really have to look this up, and I think it's going to take a little bit. So just give me a second. I'm back, and it is called Miss Nelson is Missing. So you see, on one side there's the sweet-looking teacher, and on the other side there's that menacing version. That's what it was. It's a story of a misbehaving class. Not that you're misbehaving in any way, but you know. Okay. Uh, all right. So I guess you learned through the harsh lessons, through the mean teacher's methods, and now you're learning through the softer version, right? The universe. So no, the universe is not mean. That's not what it is. It depends on like, oh gosh, it's getting really complicated now. But like your frequency, what you show the universe, what you're willing to accept, right? If you keep people pleasing, you keep like laying down like a doormat and letting people walk all over you, then the universe is going to be like, all right, she's happy here. Let's keep giving her more of that. If that's not what you want, stop doing it. You know, put that frequency out there of wanting more, wanting better. You can be gracious, of course, be um, generous with others, but within reason. Don't. They're showing me a cup like tipping over. Like don't overdo it. Okay? And then the universe responds to that like, okay, she's got boundaries. This is what she wants, but without all that kind of thing. Okay? Um, you might want to look into that a little more. Like 5D, they're showing me the dimensions. So yeah, maybe you want to look into that. Oh, you know what? There's someone I follow her because she channels Saint Germain. And I just like the way she explains things. Tara Arnold, she's on YouTube. So look her up. She has done a couple of channelings where she talks about the, you know, getting into the fifth dimension and maintaining that frequency, staying there, how to keep that reality. That if that's a little too woo-woo for you, it's okay. You don't have to. If you feel like looking it up, you'll look it up. If you're curious, you'll feel that little spark, okay? Anyway, that is it for that, I think. So let's see what else. What else can I tell them about the fun times? What else can I tell them? And then maybe I'll take like an affirmation card, because that's always nice. Would you want me to switch to the affirmations? Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna do anything with this. Let's switch to this. Let's split. Oh, everyone's a teacher. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in the moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call a-holes. It's on the card. I'm not saying it. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the a-holes. Thank you, a-holes, for playing your part in making me a better person. We did talk about learning from, you know, the sweet teacher versus learning from the nasty teacher, right? Listen, there are no coincidences. That popped out for a reason. Okay, what affirmation can we give them? Why is this? Take this. All right, trust. I feel like taking another one besides this, but because it didn't really fall out, it was just balancing. Is there a different one that you want me to? What I was going to say, I saw Vortex of Abundance. I think that's an Abraham Hicks thing. All right, so we got 3. Oh, or do we have, whoa, we got 4. Okay, we got a lot. Let go, thank you. Oh, we talked about this. Get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I close my eyes and return to my center. In my center, I have the wisdom and tranquility of a, insert favorite animal, holding a, insert magical item, floating through space on a, insert piece of furniture. That is, here, it's kind of like Mad Libs, okay? And that is, I feel like this is referencing, you know, taking those 3 deep breaths, getting centered, and making sure that when you're asking for guidance, you're really tapping into the light. You're tapping in with your guides, and you feel that love, that warmth, okay? Not from fear and anxiety. All right. Next, you have self-love. I don't know why I'm reading backwards. Like I'm picking. Okay, I don't know. Self-love. I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. Oh, romance. It might not necessarily be about someone else coming in. It might just be about finding that love for yourself again. You might have gone through something that like, I don't want to say made you question yourself, but like you didn't value your characteristics. You kind of saw them as liabilities, but no. Okay, you are who you are for a reason. You just might not have been in the right place. They're showing me the zoo and like putting an animal in the wrong pen. Of course, they're going to feel weird and out of place. They don't belong. That's not who they are. That's not who they resonate with. Versus when they, you know, the mistake, the error gets corrected and they pick it up and they put it back with like other animals that are like them and in like the habitat that suits them, you know, like tropical versus a cooler habitat. Because I see a penguin. So maybe you like penguins. I don't know. I don't know the spiritual meaning behind a penguin. You can look that up. Okay. Anyway, I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can. And when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm going to make myself sleep on the couch. Got that self? Okay. So that is self-love. Look at that. And on the t-shirts, it says, you're the best. No, you are. Okay. And we have wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. It's almost childlike, right? And when I'm in a good, wait, what? And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. Ooh, that's like signaling to the universe what you want. It sends you more. So keep that in mind, okay? When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. So that is wonder. Okay. And the first one that fell out, well, it didn't fall out. It was just kind of balancing there and I just took it, but it's trust. Okay. Look at that. The bear is walking with blind trust across that tightrope and balancing his little mouse friend. And meanwhile, you see the shark circling underneath. But you have that trust and faith in the universe. I trust that everything will be okay in the end, partly because I simply know it in my gut, but also because it's way more fun to live with trust and confidence than to be a defensive wiener. All right. So channel the trust that the inner bear is showing, or your inner bear is showing. Okay. All right. I think that is it. This was a nice reading. I like that. I feel like saying you've earned your fun. Oh, ding. You've earned the fun. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, it's always great to get that confirmation, right? Okay. Enjoy it. Mm. Let me know if this resonates and if you feel called to, leave a comment. Otherwise, have a wonderful day, wonderful night whenever you see this, and I'll see you in the next message. Okay? Bye.